EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Something's taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. At that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
They'll throw with Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. It's caught. Tompkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Falcons at 2-10 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
60 Bison. Panther 11, 70 Timberwolf. 19 tight.
Looking to throw, Penix. Dumps this one off to Algier. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To the air, Penix. Drop that down to Carter underneath. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll change things up. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Now Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 4.
Project, this ain't what you want.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Shut up! Hawk 70. 60 by 60.
A give up the middle to Carter. And a tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Throw left side taken in by Washington. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
18 Cardinal. Roll.
Running left on the handoff, Carter. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
19 Tiger. Go.
Here's Penix. He's into space past the 25. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Come on. Set. 70 Lions.
On first and 10, it's Carter. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talked to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Recovered by the offense.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Viking 18, Cowboys.
Up the middle, here's Walker. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy at midfield. Third and 19.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
He'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Carter straight ahead.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Second and 5. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Operating from the gun, Penix. This pass is caught by London. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
Back to throw again. Short throw caught by Pitts. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Tompkins. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over guys. He continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second and 7.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready, ready?
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ringo, 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 Ringo.
On first down, right back to Carter.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot and couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On third down, Penix from the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time?
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
70 Lions.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And it will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll try and do this himself. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Get it. Fix the Eagle. Fix the Eagle.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Ready? Captain Lions. Ready.
Now back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gain 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Now inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
14. Falcons 13.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun snap, and again to Carter. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
Now Pennick's going to hold on to it. Short.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
A give for Walker running right. They'll take this to the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8.
At the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Sticking with Walker on second down.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That's complete to the tight end, Warner. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses. Catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll throw with Penix. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
At the 36-yard line.
Somebody got to do it. I mean, hey, somebody got to do it. I take the G, hey, watch him do it. We survived outside, all from the music. They like, what he on? This is Alpha and Omega, welcome home. This is not a song, this is a revelation, how to get it gone. You're a man, baby, I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something, if you need correction, that's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in the good hands, baby.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a give to Carter. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 8.
Here we go, Shaq. Purple 80. Cougar 19.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Go!
A handoff for Carter.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot. He's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now 2nd and 3.
Come on. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Carter once more.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
To the air, Penix.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
At their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 65 yards. And the Seahawks use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead.
The score, Seahawks 21, Falcons 16. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
70 Lions.
A give, Carter running right. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Set. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger.
Now Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Half the 60. Half the 60. Let's go.
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix to the right side and complete to Washington.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down and 3.
Here we go. Set. Lightning 18.
And they'll run here with Carter.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Here's Penix.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
To number 38. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 on the Seahawks 8-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Second and 6 coming up.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 7. Ready.
Here's Carter.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Oh, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Set. 19 light. Buffalo 18. Check up.
He's back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll try and throw with Penix.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. after the touchdown. Here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Zach Harrison
In there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Back to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play's so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal.
Trying the left side with Algier.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.